Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe, that is Adam McKola, and this is Uncensored. Come on! United won their last game. Everything's going on. Tottenham are crumbling. You've got the Champions League coming up where we're going to make a big push. The rest of the season is ours for the taking, isn't it right, Adam? Isn't that right, Adam?
This weekend was almost perfect for us. Everyone
Not
dropped
bad.
points. Not bad, eh?
Not
Only
too
City
bad.
and Newcastle won, I think.
Yep. Yeah, correct.
Liverpool dropped points against Luton,
Yep.
by the way.
Yep.
Although I shouldn't speak too soon, given what we've got coming up.
Yeah.
And then, Spurs dropping points against
Yep.
bottom of the... Where are Chelsea these days?
Well, they're currently 10th, but I think they were 12th or 13th when the game took place. Not very good, is it?
A famous man once said, "We are doing a title charge."
Well, it might be. Villa also dropped points. Brighton also dropped points. Brighton have dropped a lot of points. No wins in their last 5 now for Brighton. 3 draws, 2 losses in their last 5.
Given the fact we
all.
lose half of our games,
Yeah.
we're 6 points off Arsenal and Spurs or something.
Arsenal and
like
Liverpool.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? You realise how a draw, like I know Liverpool got 1 point, but a draw is almost as bad as a loss, really, isn't it? Like the difference between a draw and a win is bigger. Obviously, everyone knows this, but United are kind of the proof of that. We've lost 5 games this season. Everyone above us has lost a minimum of 2 less than that. Brighton, Newcastle and Villa have lost 3. Liverpool and Arsenal and Tottenham have only lost 1. And yet we're only 6 points behind them, even though we've lost 4 games more than them. It's just maths, isn't it? But it's lovely maths at the same time. Do you think that... We'll get into the Champions League in a second, but since we're here already, in terms of that top 4 race, because United aren't challenging for the title, it's probably going to be a push for a European spot. Where do you rank us? How do you fancy us?
We're not challenging for the title for now.
For Nals, who plays for West Ham, he signs in January. We go for the title.
For now, yeah. For now, we're not.
Okay.
It's try and get a run of form together and hope for the best. Top 4 job in it.
So looking at that top 4 then, City, no one's... I can't assume you're going to think they're dropping out the top 4. They're just a banker, aren't they? Certain to finish top 4. I would say, well, you tell me. Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, that's your current top 4. Who is dropping out of that for United to take place, or to take their place, should I say?
Look, there's a lot of things that can happen in a season. Also, 6 points isn't huge. You know what I mean? It isn't, massive amount of, you beat one of these teams once. We've still got games coming up against them. Arsenal at home. We've still got to play Liverpool at home. Still got to play Tottenham at home. Tottenham have just, their whole backline just been blown to bits, a bit like ours.
Yeah.
So how is that going to impact them? You don't know.
No.
So I'm not going to predict a certain team, but it's a long way to go in the season. I think there's 11 games gone.
Yep.
Granted, we are going to lose more games. You'll see that coming down the road at some point. But if we can get on a little run, little spree of wins here and there, win the games you're supposed to, you never know. We can pull ourselves back into consideration, but that has to be the job between now and Christmas to get back in the mix with them teams. Like that, we almost have to take it a step at a time, don't we? Like that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's try and close these 6 points down, and then go from there.
Just looking at,
but we've still got fixtures against all these teams.
Most of them we've still got to play twice. Let's have a look at Tottenham's sort of injuries. Some of them came yesterday, red cards, little bits and bobs. So Perisic is injured, Sessegnon is injured, Davies is injured, Richarlison is injured.
Forget all of that. Romero's out and Van der Ven's injured.
Well, I'm getting to that. I want to talk about Richarlison having to have an operation on his penis bone. What are your thoughts? This is uncensored after all. Yeah, yes. What do you mean, penis bone? Yes. He's got to have an operation on it.
You have a bone in your penis?
Yeah, the little forehead. If the penis is a nose, it's the forehead bone that he's got to get an operation on. Thoughts?
That's mad. What happened?
I'm not entirely sure. Let's find out. Richarlison.
Are you right?
Bone.
Is it sure? Are you sure it's not like... What's it called? His penis
Pubis.
Bone? Pubis.
There you go.
That feels like that would be
bone.
like... That feels like that would be the bone, like... above your wiener.
That's what I'm talking about. The forehead. Yeah.
The forehead.
Yeah,
if
the penis is a nose, then the pubic bone is the forehead. I mean, I'll say it again, but it remains true, isn't it?
Sorry. The penny just dropped. You're right.
Yeah, I am right. So he's out. He's got to have a surgery on that. I don't know what that entails. Maybe getting it sort of reinforced with some sort of steel or something.
That's sad.
Maybe he's just been going too hard in the bedroom. Who knows?
I think we should do one of those trashy newspapers that nobody should be buying anyway.
Yeah.
Needs to put Richarlison's pubic bone on the front page so we can all pray over it.
Yeah, we could all kiss it around the country at the same time, and just hope that it gets better. So he's out. Obviously, Romero's suspended. That was a straight red in the end, wasn't it? Wasn't it? So that's 3 games. Yeah. Then you've got Udogie, he's suspended. Maddison is being assessed, and I couldn't really tell what the injury was there. He just went off quickly after looking like he'd picked something up. And then
I thought you meant he's doing his GCSEs or something.
No, he's not good at GCSEs. He's already been assessed in that regard. And Van de Ven, that was pretty obviously a hamstring injury. You're looking at anywhere between, I would say, 3 and 8 weeks with that, depending on the severity of it. This, like
6 to 12, they usually go in it.
Well, okay, yeah, there we go then. So this period, like you said, between now and Christmas, where they're regrouping, Van de Ven and Maddison in particular, and Romero, those 3 are probably, including, not including Son, they're 3 most important players so far this season. How many points do they drop? How do United react to that? Are you looking at them as
their fixtures are difficult as well?
Yeah.
Now like Liverpool are a weird one because they've got goals, it seems. Well, sometimes Darwin couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo.
I know.
But they've got goals. When you've got Mo Salah, you can always win a game. Yeah. But then their midfield, if they stumble upon a midfield, they probably could. They're probably going to challenge for the league. Mm. But you could equally see them if that midfield doesn't quite click, doesn't work. You could see them possibly dropping points. It's difficult. It's a difficult season, man, because you got likes of Brighton, Villa, all these other teams, Newcastle, etc., that will also take points of these teams up there. Mm. And Luton are getting points against Liverpool. That you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I just never know what's going to happen. No one would have said we'd lose 5 of our 11 games.
No. Well, some people might, but no one that you would ever listen to. Just looking at Tottenham's fixtures then, because you mentioned that they were tricky. Between now and the end of the year, especially this next sort of 4 or 5, Wolves away, which is
Brighton,
difficult.
City.
Villa at home, City away, West Ham at home, again, a tricky fixture, Newcastle at home, and then it's Forest away, Everton at home, and Brighton away to end the year. They could easily drop points in 3 or 4 of those games. Like, it's a tough run between now and the end of the year, isn't it?
Mm.
Exciting, very exciting. So
I did it. We had Flav on the show. Obviously, he's a Spurs fan, and we were saying before the game, like, them beating Chelsea, you see them score early, you think, all right, if they win 2-3-0, it could really galvanise their season. They go on. But seasons are such fine margins. We seen it at Spurs earlier in this campaign. We go ahead in the first half there. We probably batter them.
Yeah.
And we never look back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had loads of chances in that half as well.
Such fine margins in everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, they've got a real test now, aren't they? Because they're lacking in attacking threat. If Maddison and Richarlison aren't there, they're lacking defensively without Romero and Van de Ven. So they've got to find a way through when, historically, these are the moments where they sort of start to crumble in at Tottenham. Let's just move on to Champions League then, obviously, facing Copenhagen tomorrow night. Few sort of squad bits, first of all. So basically, Kobe Mainoo's fit, but he's been with the under-19, so it doesn't look like Ten Hag's in any rush to bring him back to the first team. And then we've got Lindelof and Rashford, part of the main outfield group training as well. So it looks like they'll be fit if needed. Everything else sort of is as it was. A quick look at the group before we carry on. Bayern top with 9, Galatasaray second with 4, United third with 3, Copenhagen at the bottom with 1 point. Obviously Galatasaray play Bayern Munich. I think that the next one is at Bayern as well, isn't it? I think Bayern won in Turkey. So assuming Bayern take points off Galatasaray, any points off them, if we beat Copenhagen, good chance we go second tomorrow. How big is this game, and what's the future for United in the Champions League?
I think Copenhagen are better than Galatasaray.
Yeah.
And that worries me.
They've been quite good.
I know Galatasaray beat us and whatever. And we beat Copenhagen. So that's weird. But with what I'm saying here. But I do think they're a better team, and I'm worried about this one.
Yeah. They were really good at Old Trafford and played good football as well, not just like lucky kicking it up. They passed it through us loads of times.
You know, like, if we just play well, or not even if we play well, let's say just Rashford and Bruno turn up.
Yeah.
And our midfield just be sensible. We'll win most games. Like, that's the thing. Like, need some of our big players to just step up, man. Because that performance against Fulham wasn't convincing.
No.
Although we got a result, it was a great result. And it shows something. We're fighting to the end, and we're trying to go to the final whistle. But we need to be a lot better than what we're seeing at the moment.
Merry Ballsmas from our friends over at Manscaped. The holidays are getting close, but what would you do if I told you Manscaped have taken it up a notch this year? That is because they have released the brand new Performance Package 5.0, featuring the new Lawnmower 5.0. It's a brand new one, yeah? Watch all your wishes and mistletoe kisses come true. Look nice when going naughty by going to manscaped.com and using the code Paddock20 to get 20% off and free shipping. You thought the 4.0 was good enough. Well, Manscaped thought, no it ain't. Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle for the man who deserves it all. Included in the special sack, I'm going to read this, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, Manscaped's liquid formulations, and 2 free gifts. Adam, I mean, the Lawnmower 5.0, it's their 5th generation trimmer. It's got 2 next-gen blade heads, a standard trimmer for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade for that go smooth finish wherever your heart desires. Talk to me about Manscaped. What do they do for you?
Taking it up a level. They're taking it up a level, you know. Mate, taking it up a level. I'm still on the 4.0. I need to get on this 5.0 business, you know. Because 5.0's taking it up, as I said, taking it up a level. The 4.0, yeah, have you got the safety on and off switch on this one? Yeah, I'm guessing you have. Big time. Still got that. Yeah, still got the light. Yeah, still waterproof.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
But now you've got the foil blade to get that extra smooth finish wherever your heart desires. And of course, it's not just grooming the candy cane that you can do with the Performance Package. There's also the Crop Soother, the aftershave lotion, and the Crop Preserver anti-chafe ball deodorant. Once they touch your sack,
the boxers.
You'll never go back. Of course, why not mention the 2 free gifts? You get the Shed travel bag and the Boxers 2.0 premium underwear. Sorry, it's the Shed 2.0 as well. Everything has been upgraded by Manscaped. Even if you've looked at them before, or if you never have, now is the perfect time to get into Manscaped or up your game this Christmas. And all you have to do is go to the link in the description. You can click it down there, get 20% off and free shipping on the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Performance Package 5.0 using the code Paddock20. That is Paddock20 at checkout at manscaped.com. Your balls, your jingle bell balls will thank you. Do you think that when you look at Ten Hag, and obviously this season so far, the only real talking point is, will he get sacked? How long will he last? Look how bad everything is.
That's not even in my mind, you know.
No, it might not be in your mind or my mind, but it's certainly on social media. It's mentioned in the media as well. It's like, how bad can things get before United do something? Even if, do you think that, the players showing twice in 3-4 league games recently that they are willing to fight to the end? McTominay getting 2 in stoppage time, Bruno scoring in the 89th or 90th minute the other day. Does that show you some signs that the players haven't given up on Ten Hag? Because typically what ends a manager's career is when the players start phoning it in. Do you think we're obviously not at that point yet? Does that give you some confidence?
I think our situation has been caused by our injuries, and I know that's an easy excuse, and it shouldn't be an excuse. But I think the back line is so important to what he wants to do.
Yep.
And you basically brought in a player that was expected to maybe play 5 games this season in Johnny Evans. God love him. Played really well as well.
Yep.
And Harry Maguire, who's done all right. but the manager don't want to play these lot. Like, we haven't changed the way we're playing when we play different defenders. Even Lindelof hasn't really done it for us this season. And he seemed to be a steady Eddie kind of deputy. I know he's played in an awkward position for him at fullback at times, but the defense hasn't been there. And I think it's so important to the way he wants to play, where we play out from the back. That's impacted Casemiro's performances when he was available, because he was just all over the shop. And in turn, you then find a midfield that is trying to compensate for a defense that can't play out from the back. You're then going long. So you're now playing a game of percentages. Every time you go long, it's 50-50, Højlund, Rashford. That can get tiring. We're never really, playing the ball out from the back, which when you've got Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, all of a sudden, the pitch it opens up for you. There's a difference about your team. You're suddenly on the front foot when you're passing out from the back. At the moment, we're passing out from the back and everything's sideways again, and then back to the goalie long. I don't think any sense of the style of football Ten Hag wants to play. I don't think he can with the players we've got. So he's now overcompensating, playing McTominay as some kind of Fellaini role 10. Just for his physical presence, I feel, and that's even overrated somewhat. So I think we've just then ended up with the manager just making these wild decisions, trying to get around the fact he's got no defense, and it's resulted in this lap hazard, stop-start style of football, and it impacts Bruno Fernandes. Sorry, I've been talking for ages. Bruno Fernandes is there up top. Then he gets frustrated. We know what he's like, so he drops deep. Then you've got him in between your centre-backs, so now you've lost him out of position. It just all becomes a mess. Rashford gets frustrated. I think Rashford at times has provided a lot of good opportunities for Højlund. But then he's playing these things where we're flicking the ball on and he's got to just run. It's just, we're not playing into our players' strengths at all, I don't think. But yeah,
it's weird, isn't it, that when
people fit,
when Tottenham have got these couple of injuries and injury and suspension to their centre backs, so many people saying this is going to hurt Tottenham's season. They're going to really struggle now. We've got to see something. But when United have got the whole back four injured, people go, well, you can't use that as an excuse. Why hasn't Ten Hag got a system? Where's the system gone? I do agree that having none of your back four, because we know that when everyone's fit, we saw it last season, the back four is Shaw, Martinez, Varane, and then Wan-Bissaka or Dalot, probably Wan-Bissaka. None of those players have been fit or playing for the last, month?
Also, we forget...
When's the last time we had that back four start?
All right, let's say Luke Shaw's injured. Bro, Malacia and Reguilon have been injured.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's...
They're all injured.
It's not even... It's like, It's...
Yeah.
It's not just like... It's not even like we can play our backup left back. He's injured.
Yeah.
He's been injured from pre-season.
And then his backup is injured. Or was, up until recently. He's back now, Reguilon, obviously. But we've been playing Victor Lindelof at left back. A position he's never played for at United in the, 5 years since he's been
there. And that'll have a huge impact on Rashford.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw last season with a full-strength Martinez and how much higher we played the line with Varane's speed and, just Martinez's reading of the game, where you're closing the line. So then Bruno's pass, like you said before, each pass he has to make is 5 to 10 yards shorter because the gaps are smaller.
Yeah.
Now we have to play a bit deeper. We have to sit off because Evans and Maguire can't really turn around and play running toward their own goal. So now when Bruno gets the ball, the next pass is 25 yards away rather than 15 yards away.
Forget 25 yards. It's the difference yards. Now is he's picking it up on the edge of his box.
Yeah.
And when we play higher at the pitch, he's picking it up on the edge of the opponent's box. Like, that's basically the length of the pitch. Like,
yeah, it does make such a difference. And Martinez in particular, I think you could argue he was our most important player last season. He changed the way United play for the better the most. Like, his ability to play through the lines and even just run through the lines with the ball is so massive. We saw him this season wasn't on his best form, and then it turns out he's never actually got over this broken foot that he's had. So no wonder he wasn't on his best form. But that is a massive thing, and just
that's bizarre, by the way.
Well, apparently, I was reading.
How does
about
that
this.
happen?
Well, I was reading about this. Apparently, because what is there? There are like 30 odd bones in your foot, isn't there? Something insane with your ankle and your foot. Apparently, these bones are so small and they've got such poor blood flow compared to like other bones that they're really hard to fix. They take ages to heal, and you don't really know whether the operations worked for weeks because it is such a slow recovery process. So apparently, the operation sounds like it just didn't quite go very well. Because it's all about spreading weight out on your foot in it. That's all your foot does. If one bone is slightly the wrong way, or it's bulging, or it's not quite like an extra weight gets put on one bone, it's going to just be sore and it's going to break again. Apparently, they're actually quite hard to do, those surgeries. So, we just gave him Dr. Nick from The Simpsons and it didn't work out.
Cheers, Dr. Joe.
Do you know what I mean, though? How good was that? That was me, actually, with a bit of knowledge there. What do you make of it?
Give you knowledge, proper good.
That was nice, wasn't it? Proper knowledged you off. That were right good, that. Just talking about Copenhagen, I know you said you fancy him. We've also got Galatasaray away after
Get out of the way.
Which is a notorious bastard of a fixture, and then Bayern at home. Let's sort of go through this. I want the Adam McKola rundown prediction of the rest of the group stage.
God.
So here we go. Man United versus Copenhagen, Galatasaray versus Bayern. Hit me. What's happening?
Bayern Munich win.
Yep.
3-1.
Okay.
4-0 or something mad.
Yep.
Manchester United get a 1-0 win. Marcus Rashford with a free kick. Well, it's going to be reminiscent of Celta Vigo.
So that puts us on 7 points, Galatasaray on 4 points, Bayern on 9 points. Then the next round of fixtures is us versus Galatasaray away, and Bayern versus Copenhagen. So we're on 7, they're on 4. No, sorry, we're on 6, not 7. They're on 4, and we're away at Galatasaray.
And what's United. Copenhagen on 4?
They're on
3.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So then what? What's happening there?
Then
away in Istanbul.
Manchester United win 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an easier game than we expect.
Ooh.
It's going to be hyped up as this, oh my God, welcome to hell. Yeah. And then Bruno is going to score 2 in the first half.
Oh. I can't wait. Well, we're through then. We're through, because that leaves Galatasaray on 4. We're on 9, and with 1 game to go. So if we win our next 2 games, we're through. That Galatasaray away is so crucial, because even a draw there...
What happens if we draw there?
So assuming we've beaten Copenhagen, which is obviously easier said than done, we'd be on 6 points. Assuming Galatasaray have lost to Bayern, they'll be on 3. So if we draw, that would then put
7-2. 7-4.
That would put it at 7-4. However, because Galatasaray beat us at home, if the games end on equal points, they would go through. So that would require Galatasaray to beat Copenhagen in the last game, us to lose to Bayern, and then Galatasaray would go through. So if we...
I think when Bayern come to Old Trafford, they're going to have 15 points and chilling.
Yeah. It's a hard one, though. Because if we, especially if we drop points to Copenhagen, it's going to be an absolute nightmare, because we're going to have to beat Galatasaray and get a result from Bayern.
Also, we're relying on Bayern doing 2 massive favours.
Yeah, winning every single game.
Apart from us.
Yeah. Not beating us, but beating everyone else. And let's face it,
that being the last game,
battered us.
We should have battered them. How about
that? I mean, did you watch it? Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
We were absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, but really, Onana gave them a goal.
True. So that don't count.
Did they even? And it was never a penalty.
So we won 3-2.
So if anything, we won.
That's true. All of our goals were legit and just normal. And theirs were all weird and boring. So technically we won that one.
Cheating.
Let's talk about Garnacho, because just basically at the moment we press record on this, FA have announced they're not going to be taking any action against Garnacho for his social media post. I'm sure everyone at home knows the social media post. It was deleted pretty quickly. What do you make of that? Are you surprised? Are you not surprised? Do you think it's the right decision?
I think it's the right decision.
Yep.
I thought they would have done him though.
Yeah, I did.
I think he was stupid, but I don't think it was malicious or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you think it helped Onana? Do you think it helped that Onana came out and really publicly defended him? Like, or do you think it was just the FA thought, well, you know, he didn't mean it, and it could be just construed as strong and whatever? Like, what do you think? What got
that helps? Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah.
I don't know the full content. Does it not like mean like African giant or like? I don't know what the use of. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, if he's using it as a reference to something else, or something that Onana's posted in the past, you know, like maybe Onana uses that. Or so. I don't know what's happened. I don't know. But I think he was stupid. But I'm glad common sense has prevailed.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
But also, Man United. I mean, I guess they probably do, but they should be like, you know. I mean, actually, it shouldn't have to be told, should it? United shouldn't have to tell people, mate, when you refer to black people, don't use the monkey emoji. Like, it shouldn't have to be told to someone.
No, it's relatively obvious, isn't it? But again, culturally, things are different, aren't they? People refer to people in different ways that aren't necessarily considered one thing or another the way they are everywhere in the world. But I guess, you know, you're playing for Man United, you would hope that United have, and I'm sure now he knows, you know, he's not going to make that mistake again, is he? But yeah, it is a pretty decent blanket rule not to do that. I do want to talk a little bit about the Chelsea game, Chelsea Spurs game yesterday. Everyone's so happy with Spurs, right? I saw there was on Sky Sports before. There's got a Spurs fan on. They're chatting and they're going, "Oh, you know, aren't you really sort of? Yes, you lost the game 4-1. You know, on the score sheet, you got an absolute pasting at home. But in a way, aren't you really proud and happy with the way that the players stuck to their guns and played this ridiculously naive high line that literally cost them 3 goals? Like, why are we? What? Surely you're allowed to criticise sometimes. Why are we so happy with
You're
Spurs
allowed to
getting
criticise. But you know what?
Go on.
Spurs were down to 9 men, and they still could have drawn that game. So I think it worked.
No, I'm not having that.
Because they very easily could have drawn that game.
Well, but they very easily could have drawn. But if we're doing this thing of retroactively
and also, if you sit back,
goals,
sit back, that means you've never got a chance of scoring, but you have still got loads of chance of conceding. So just roll the dice a little bit, play on the edge, yeah. Do some fucked up shit that makes people think, "Oh my god, these are crazy." Do you ever want to fight a man that you just think, "Oh my god, he's crazy"?
Yeah. If
so maybe you'd spook Chelsea into thinking,
yeah.
"Oh my god, these are fucking psychos. Maybe we need to defend."
Yeah, they're defending. Hang on a sec. They're defending.
Maybe we've got 9 men.
Yeah, wait. Count up. Just count up. Someone's got 9 men, and I can't think who. It can't be them. Look what they're doing. Like, but then I see that point of they could have got a draw, they could have got a goal. But if we're going down the road of awarding goals for chances, then Chelsea could have got 8 goals. Like, yes, Spurs could have equalised, but on the same hand, Chelsea had so many chances and like half chances that where the wrong pass was made, they were offside. Like, if anyone's going to win that game, based on the number of chances they had, it was Chelsea every day. They battered them.
If your backup defenders, though, is Eric Dyer, then maybe you just need to go all-out attack.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it
maybe
would have served
we
them
could
better
take
to
it.
sit back.
What would have happened if it was us?
80th minute.
What would the score have been if it was us?
If we were down to 9 men?
We would have sat back. Yeah.
Got pumped.
I got beat 6-0.
Yeah.
So it would have been a worse score. And we would have sat back.
Yeah. It was mad though, isn't it? Why do you think it is that every time Tottenham play Chelsea, they just, as an entire football club, just lose their heads every single time? What is that about?
A wise man once said, "It is the history of Tottenham."
Yeah, there is a little bit of football heritage to it, isn't there? It's like they play these roles. Tottenham plays Tottenham and Chelsea plays Chelsea. And it's like a play that we're watching unfold before. It's like you're at the theatre rather than football.
By the way, Joe.
Thing every time.
By the way.
Go on.
Your man Maxwell's on 109. And it's 195 for 7.
You're joking. What, they need 100 to
The
win?
Aussies are proper rallying it.
So we're talking here about the Cricket World Cup.
Rally
We're
the
both
troops.
desperate for Afghanistan to win the game. Hopefully
Come on,
qualify for the
Afghanistan.
knockout stages. Australia were 80-something for 7 a minute ago. Now they're 194 for 7. Anyone watching this at home will already know the result of this. So it's slightly silly to be talking about it.
It was nice. Do you remember when we watched the ODI World Cup final in like a downtown dingy back street on a phone?
That's
Chinatown,
one of my favourite memories in my life, that,
Yeah,
watching that,
such a
we
good
had
memory.
it on your phone. We were sat on like one of those
What
like
were we
plastic
eating?
outdoor tables. It was Chinese food. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was in Chinatown. It was like 3 a.m,
It was good.
and we watched England win the ODI World Cup, didn't we? It was so good, that in Perth. I'd never been to Australia before. Just sat watching it. Right good. It was very good, that, actually. I absolutely loved that. I think about that.
Look how old we are, Joe.
I know.
We're
it was
so
only 4
old.
years ago. It can't have been that bad.
3 a.m. in Perth, and me and you.
Yeah, that's true. Huddled around a phone watching Test 50 over cricket.
Like, back in the day when they show you the clips of like the whole street watching the '66 World Cup final around one TV.
Yeah, exactly.
That was our moment.
I know. We've definitely grown up, because there was a time where the only white ball that was involved in one of our nights out wasn't cricket. Let's just say that much. Do you know what I mean? The only white ball on an evening should be 40 overs old. I do say, good sir.
That was very good, Joe.
Thank you very much. That was great. Just looking ahead a little bit, then we've got a bit of momentum. Do you feel like, what's your mood at the moment?
No.
Are we still just just go on? Yeah, tell me, talk to me, because I'm starting to get carried away.
Let's talk after Copenhagen.
I'm scared. Steve's in Copenhagen, He's just gone and no one even knew he was going.
Of course he did.
Have you ever been there?
Of course we didn't know. I have been there, We played them before, innit? Was it in the Europa?
Probably.
Was it?
It's got to be, yeah.
I've definitely been there. I think I've got some pictures in my phone. Like, I see a folder called Copenhagen every now and then.
You're gonna bring up your holiday snaps on the podcast? For anyone who's listening, just imagine.
I've got a funny picture that I found earlier though.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good kit. That
99 shirt. There we are.
There he is. Look. Oh.
What a man.
Is that signed? Is that shirt signed?
No, the one I've got signed is my dad's, because that's an adult size one. And I broke the zip like 2 days after getting it. Remember the zip on it? You had a little zipper here on the shirt.
Yeah.
Mine like broke like as soon as I got it.
I had the Schmeichel one, the same one, but we had
the green kit.
Kit. It's one of my favourite kits ever. That. And
wasn't there a black version of that kit?
No, it was really dark blue. Really dark blue. Interestingly, this is a good little, not really a stat, but an interesting point. The last time we played Copenhagen was in the Europa League, but it was a single-legged tie on the 10th of August 2020. Do you remember when football came back and they knocked all the Europa League down to one leg?
Why have I been Denmark?
Well, we hadn't played them since 2006 before that. Did we played Copenhagen?
Midgetland.
Friendly?
Midgetland. So I think I may have flown into Copenhagen. I've definitely flown into Copenhagen.
It's quite nice. It's quite nice, Denmark, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I like Scandinavia.
Yeah, they are. You go there and you do think, oh, this is what we're trying to do, but for whatever reason, we can't get it right. Like,
where else I like? Belgium.
I've never been.
I went somewhere in Belgium. It was like Bruges, I think I went. Really nice place.
Yeah. Copenhagen is too expensive, I will say that. But then everyone earns loads of money and they pay loads of taxes and they just
loaded over there.
They just love it. It's so good. Everything's so clean. I've never been to a city where I thought I could walk out with like £1 million stuck to a Velcro suit and no one would take any off me. It feels so safe and clean compared to pretty much everywhere I've ever been. Mad. And also that £1 million suit, I don't have anywhere to wear it, so I need to wear it somewhere. It cost me a leg, I'll be honest with you, that suit, that absolute bad boy. What are you doing this week then? Tuesday. You must have something planned. Are you going abroad? Are you going somewhere to play poker? You've always got
Tuesday,
something in your diary.
April Fool's Day. I love Andy Tate's classic videos. I still watch them, you know.
I can tell you do because you know the stats and the quotes so well.
Me and Jay watch them a lot.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm going to Nottingham for the UK IPT. That's UK and Ireland Poker Tour, before anyone panics. And we are going to Nottingham. It's $1 million guaranteed in the main event.
Sorry. Are you in that?
$1 million guaranteed. So I'm going to be entering that.
£1 million for the winner, guaranteed to win £1 million.
Not in the prize pool.
Okay, so the winner probably gets 500 grand or something or less. What does that look like?
Couple of $100,000 maybe.
Shit on toast.
And if I could equal my best finish, which was third in Brighton,
yeah,
I reckon I'd get at least 6 figures or close to.
Can I have a quid if you do?
Mate, if I ever win $100,000, I'll give you $1,000.
No, you would not.
I would.
That's on camera now. That if Adam McKola ever wins $100,000,
every time I win money, I give cash and that to my mum and that. Innit?
Yeah, not me though. I've never been on the list before.
Yeah, but you're like my family, innit? I
Lower
guess.
down and that. Yeah, we're definitely family. So when you go to places like Barbados and that, and then you go to
Barbados, I don't go for poker.
Oh, where's the most sort of?
I have family there.
The furthest distance.
Bahamas, I went.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. And then Nottingham.
Prague in December as well. Prague in December, that would be good. No, I like the British tours, the regional tours. They're good, man.
Do you legally have to say that?
No, obviously it's nice. My favourite one is Barcelona.
Yeah.
Because you've got the beach, you've got great bars, you've got great food.
Yeah.
You got nice little coffee shops that I like to frequent. Poker. Like, you got everything there. Like, it's amazing. I think the EPT in Barcelona is my favourite.
Well, yeah, okay, they have all of that stuff, but do they have Stealth nightclub in Barcelona?
No.
Right. Well, Nottingham does. Do they have Prism nightclub?
Mate, Nottingham, yeah, is up there with my favourite cities.
Do they have
England?
The UK or potentially Europe's only 48-lane bowling alley, Nottingham Bowl?
Naughty Bowl, as we call it.
I'm going to Notty Bowl in a couple of weeks. Actually, that's how I know about it. Going to hit those 48 lanes, hard style.
You only need one to play.
Yeah, but 48 is good because do you know the pros when they play? They have a lane each. They don't even play on the same lane as each other. You just get your own fucking lane and keep score, just whipping them down. I love bowling. Do they have the Cell nightclub rated 2.2 on Google reviews?
Is it Nottingham where they've got the pub that used to be a church?
Well, that's
it's like a slug and lettuce or something like that.
Pub, Nottingham Pub Church. The Pitcher and Piano?
That's the one, I think.
Someone said, one review was, best pub church I've ever been in. There's just loads of them everywhere. Wow, that does look incredible.
Yeah, you can tell that fella, like, goes and gets his communion and thinks he's at the pub, like,
he does.
Oh, yeah, just queuing up for my drink and that, you know.
They give you wine, so technically all churches are pubs in a way.
It's not wine, Joe.
What is it?
The blood
of Christ. Yeah. Did they water it down a little bit?
I don't know. I used to always want to do it, and then, like, so as everyone knows, my mum's Catholic, so my mum's side of the family, and I used to go church with my nan, Catholic church, and she used to obviously get communion and that, and I used to think I want that one day. So then when I was in school, because I used to just be intrigued, like, what does the wafer taste like? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanna know.
Yeah.
And then when I was in school, it was St. Francis, my school was called. And they asked everyone, like, oh yeah, who wants to do their communion and that? And I was like, go on then, I'll have a pop at that.
I'll have a little communion.
You know, you get to come out of class and all that, you're like, all right. So
that's way better than geography.
Church for a few days. But then I had the letter, my dad wouldn't sign it.
Oh, what? Unbelievable. That's not right. So you've never tasted the wafer?
Nah, man.
Can you
I've been church ever since. And I remember because I hadn't done my communion, yeah. I used to go to church with my nan quite a lot. And because I never had my communion, and obviously I'm not a Catholic.
Yeah.
When it came to being a godparent for my nephew, they were like, "Oh, no, you can't do it because you're not Catholic." Yeah. But then, because it was the church where basically my auntie came over from Ireland and was like, "Yo, don't you remember this kid? Like, he's the little Asian fella that used to come in with Florence, my nan. You know what I mean?" And then he went, "Oh, all right, then don't worry, I'll sort it."
Oh, what a beautiful little story. I tell you what, Amazon.co.uk, Body of Christ communion wafer, jar of 250. I'm buying some, $12.99. Next time, give me your address. I'm sending these. Next Uncensored we have.
No. Next watch along we do together. Okay. You're gonna give me the Body of Christ.
We'll go. That would be my nickname if I was a bodybuilder, by the way. But
also, no, I don't think we should. Actually, this is uncensored, so we're allowed to say stuff we're saying, and it can't be held against us. But I think we shouldn't do that.
How come? Does it have to be administered by a minister?
I think me and you should do it privately, because we may offend some people, and my nan may turn in her grave.
Okay. Well, we'll do it with respect. Obviously, we'll do it the right way. I'll read the correct scripture or whatever.
Yeah,
and we can get some disposable communion cups and some non-alcoholic communion wine. It seems mad that these things are buyable on Amazon, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like you would have to get them from like
Loads or something like that?
Costco,
you know, Loads. My nan used to always get holy water from Loads, yeah, and she'd have like the Mary thing at the door, and you just have to bless yourself with water.
Wow, that's like really
splash you up with water.
Really, fully into it. We can get frankincense and myrrh anointing oil. I can't believe this is.
Are those real things?
Yeah, they're real. Yeah. You just thought Myrrh was the guy from Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, he turned up.
What was he doing there? To be fair, that is a great gift. If you bring it in.
So what's frankincense? Is it like a fluid, like attar, like perfume?
Frankincense is a hardened gum-like resin that comes from the trunk of the boswellia tree. People use its oil.
You reckon
on
you used to blaze it back then? So really, what was given was a cue, some aftershave.
Yeah,
like a cue, innit? Aftershave, and a sovereign ring.
Myrrh is also a resin.
They love resin, innit?
Yeah. Different types of trees. Wow, amazing. Didn't know that. So yeah, it's just 2 resins and gold. You know, I'm not saying I'd have a favourite out of the 3, but
good night.
Gold's worth a little bit, innit? Okay, great. Right, it's been lovely chatting to you. We'll have a look over the last sort of 5 minutes to see if anything happened there.
If Joe offended anyone with
No, I don't think we did. I think it's all with love and respect. And you said ever since you were a kid you wanted to taste the communion wafer. Yeah, very good. I'll Google if you have to be in a church for it to count.
Father Fallon never quite come through.
Yeah, it's a shame that, isn't it? Oh well, right. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, make sure you check out Manscaped. The link is in the description. Make sure you use the code Paddock20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. We're getting into that dangerously close to Christmas time. You're going to start getting to the point where, what do I get people for Christmas? And you've got the brand new, well, let's just be honest. It is the Lawnmower 5.0, sorry, I'm still on the old one. 5.0 Ultra coming out now. Even if you've got the 4, get the 5. Check them out in the description. Thank you, Adam, for joining us. Hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got the watch along coming tomorrow. All sorts going on the channel. Make sure you stick to Stretford Paddock, and we'll see you in a bit.